All right. Good morning, Vigor Warriors. We are back with another episode, and we are talking about morning talk today. This is March 11th. Hope you guys are doing well. About ready to go out. I wanted to kind of send a little bit of inspiration message here to see if we can kind of get through this day and the weekend. We got a little more snow in the Midwest. I like the snow, so a little bit of snow is good. Um, but today we're going to talk on our second part of our discussion about you are changing. And this is important to kind of realize, and I want to kind of talk about a couple comments that Dex and Babba mentioned. And once again, thank you for all your comments, likes, subscriptions. Please go ahead and subscribe. It's all appreciated, and I feel like I'm blessed with having so many people responding to this, and did not know if this was going to happen. So it's nice to kind of see that there is a space to talk about some of these things, and that people do want to talk about these things. And the bottom line really is that we're looking at trying to discuss how each one of us, male or female, can become a better person. And so as we talk about these type of truths that are really real in life, not a lot of the stuff you're listening to on the media and all the propaganda that's out there to try to sell you things or to sell you ideas and convince you of things that may or may not actually be there. It's important to realize from your own experiences what things really are beneficial to you. Now, trouble is, obviously, if you try things and you're trying it the first time because you heard it somewhere, there's always a chance that it's not the right thing to do, or it doesn't work for you. And this is where we get into all of the retention and journey type of discussion that we talk about. The fact of the matter is that for 45 years, I tend to listen more to the media, to the doctors, all the people who, quote unquote, were the experts on things. And I knew in the back of my mind, and that because I had a close relationship with my Lord Jesus Christ, that there was something wrong. I wasn't doing something. And I think I was not listening to my God more than I was listening to the media and all the things out there. And so I believed, obviously, you need to release your energy, and to be a man, you have to go out there and chase all these women around and have multiple partners and all these things that we've heard for many, many, many years. And so the thing was is that I bought into that, and I finally just said, the heck with it. I was getting to almost like 58 years old, something like that, 57, 58. And I said, who knows how long I have to live, but I'm going to go ahead and I want to get closer to my God. And I also know that in doing research, that I was looking at a lot of these type of videos on the journey and those type of things, that basically that this was the truth, that people were being held back. And I just knew that instinctively within myself in talking to my God, and basically said, okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to try this. And I haven't really looked back. I'm at 600, I'm at 170 monk mode days. I think almost 650, I think it is, for the no fap. So we'll probably be talking about that pretty soon as well. But the thing is that I'm basically very, very happy and secure in the idea that this is really the right thing to do. That God did not intend us to be using our energy for all kinds of things to destroy ourselves in the long run, losing your soul, getting involved in all kinds of addictions. This is not the kind of stuff that God wanted us to take care of our bodies with, and our minds, and our spirits with. And so I think spiritually it's important to connect with your God and realize there's a lot of noise out there. When I'm talking about noise, I'm talking about general noise, people talking, trying to get you to do things, all these type of things, when you know in the back of your heart what really is important. And so I think that you see the truth comes out eventually. And it took me a lot of years to figure out what I believe is the truth. And the truth really is that God did not intend us to go ahead and waste a lot of our energy unless we're going to have children, or obviously with our partner that we're with, that sort of thing, with having children and family and things like that. But the idea is that you can't focus your whole life on that. And that is why when you start doing this, and some of you who are very younger, you realize that, there's a lot of benefits and that your life ends up changing. And you change to a lot more peaceful type of an existence. Now, are you getting upset at times? Of course. I get upset with the cost of things nowadays and all these other things that I think are just a lot of misinformation out there. And, it bothers me to no end. But on the other hand, I'm not the way I used to be. I'm still passionate, but it's more of a controlled type of passion, controlled intensity, because I have a certain peace and calmness in myself. And that really, in my mind, is arrived from the fact that I'm not losing all my energy and my nutrients and all the things within that God has given me within my body. I'm not just throwing all that weight for nothing. And I think this is the key. Now, once again, the reason we're the 1% club, and we're always the 1% club. 1% club used to be I would say 50-60% club, even when I was a kid, right? There's a lot of people who did not believe in just having a lot of, multiple intercourse and all these type of things to multiple people. We've become very, very liberal in the society, and I think it's way too much. And we need to go back to some basic values about how to treat people, and people don't really respect that. And I think that's kind of the key to it. They're not respecting their own bodies and not respecting other people's bodies. So it's a very interesting dilemma we're in, but I do think it's changing for the good. I think there's more and more people who are understanding this now and realizing the mistakes we made in the last 40, 50 years and going back to doing it. But you are changing, and you are changing once you start this journey. And no matter how long the journey is at times, breaking it up, starting again, you're on this journey to having a peaceful, serene type of existence that is very prosperous, and you're serving a purpose. You're doing things that are important. You're not just trying to satisfy your own ego, and that's what a lot of this stuff is. These addictions and things, making money, and there's nothing wrong with making money. I think we certainly need that for things, but really, you're not making money for the sake of helping others and doing things. You're making money because you want to say, I'm making money, or I have these fancy things, I can kind of show these things off. That becomes an evil addiction, just like anything else. And that's why a lot of people who are wealthy end up getting themselves caught in cages themselves of their own doing. Because now they've made so much money, and now they've bought these things, and now they have to keep the payments up, so now they're in pressure to keep those type of things behind the scenes. And for what? A lot of people really don't care after the first few months that you did this. They might be impressed at the beginning, but they're moving on to their life too, like we all do. And so we realize that you're not going to take things with you, and that these things quickly vanish. One day they're here, next day they're gone. And so the thing is, you have to realize I've had money at times, I've had no money at times, I've been basically homeless at times, those type of things. I've seen a lot of different types of things, and you realize that there's a certain truth of things does anything to do with the material outside things. They're more dealing with the internal and how you internalize things and how you deal with that. So we go back to this journey and how it's changing you. You are changing because not the things are changing. The things are always out there. Money's always out there. Girls, boys, women, men, they're always out there, right? All these things will always be there. Temptation will be always there. In the porn industry, you're not going to be able to get rid of a lot of this stuff, because people will still find a way to do all this stuff if they really want to. But the question is how will you react to it? And when you're on this kind of a journey, all of a sudden you start forgetting a lot about those things. Now, is it still back in your memory? Yes. 45 years of this, there's times where these thoughts come back to me, okay? But because you're building such a big habit, and like I said, I'm at almost 650 days, and I think 170 some days of monk mode, all of a sudden, now I feel that I'm controlling it. I'm the one more in control of that. Now, I'm not going to be say something so foolish and say I'm totally controlled, because the evil one can come in and basically change things around pretty fast by creating situations for me that it would be causing me a great deal of stress and things like that. So I'm always prepared, but being serene, I know that God is with me, and I can actually talk more to God this way. And so as I'm doing this longer and longer, I become stronger and stronger within this resolve not to let the evil one get a toehold. And so it's becoming easier and easier dealing with this. And so your focus is better. My focus on success, physically, mentally, spiritually, is better. And your health is better. I feel better now than I've ever felt, right? And intellectually, I'm reading more, I'm doing more things. I feel like I'm getting more done. And I'm not concentrating on all those things I used to concentrate with. And it just gives you a great feeling to me. A much better feeling than I used to have. And that's what I got to really say about this more than anything else, is that you're changing to the point where it doesn't matter, what you were before. You can see the difference now. Now, I know that, I think it was Deck who asked this question, maybe it was Babba, so I apologize for both you guys, because you're kind of asking kind of the same type of thing. We talked about this, but you were asking about edging at night and things like that, what happens. And I'll go back to the thing about saying that there's not too much you can do about that. I had a dream last night that I was getting bit by a cat, and I got several cats here, but no one was actually biting me, and I woke up. So there's nothing you can do about some of the things that the evil one kind of wants to bring into you when you're sleeping. And they may try to get to you when you're sleeping. But I think the thing is, if you become so honed in on being pure and not allowing these type of things to kind of edge back into your life and trying to stop it, then I think subconsciously that will help you. Like, for instance, before I go to bed, I make sure I meditate and pray on the things that I want to accomplish. My God, relationship with my Lord, financial needs, and also physical needs, spiritual needs with my Lord. Those three things are the three things I concentrate before I go to bed. And so hopefully what ends up happening is when you get things come into your life, while you're sleeping, then you're going to be able to handle those a lot better. And as a result of that, you're going to be able to be stronger in your resolve to say, okay, I'm not going to let this take over my life. Okay? So I think that those are good questions, but realize you're changing. And as you go stronger and your resolve becomes stronger, then I think the nighttime situations are stronger as well. And I'm not saying you're not get caught. One night it may happen to me, but I would not count that against your streak. This is my own opinion, because I don't believe it's something that you're really controlling. But I think if you let that then control you, and then you do it again when you're more voluntary, right, when you realize it more, then that is your fault. As far as the streak goes, I'm not talking about it's your fault as a person. I think we all fall in these kind of situations. But I'm saying, as far as it counting against a streak, certainly I think that if you do it at night and it's just involuntary, I don't think that counts. I think it counts more if you basically are doing it of your own volition and you're doing it and you just can't control it. Now, it's not the end of the world, of course, but as far as we're talking about streaks, we're just kind of talking about numbers here. So I would say continue to be stronger to handle these situations, and even if it happens at night, then just start again, and you're back on your journey. You might take one false step the other way, but you're back again. But I don't think that's really something to worry that much about. I guess I'm really saying, don't worry so much about it if it happens. Those things do happen to people, especially when you're younger. It did happen to me a couple of times when I was younger. Okay. All right. So hoping this helps, my friends. You guys have a great weekend. I might be able to do one over the weekend. We'll see if I can catch up on some topics I've been trying to do for a while. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. Keep up the strong work. You're very impressive. I know I've talked to a lot of people about their streaks and what they've done. And so keep up the great work. This is the truth, my friends. This is the way to really kind of get the most out of life and also help people become the best they can become. So God bless you guys. Have a great day and battle on.